All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash, double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops. Great millstone, Shalom to you, brothers, pushing this truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. And Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name, right, who the world calls God, and his son's name, Yahushai, in the Hebrew tongue, who the world calls ignorantly Jesus, right? In the Hebrew tongue, his name is Yahushai, and his father's name is Yahweh, right? So this is going to be, I don't know what I think I'm going to entitle it, Back to the Basics, right? Back to the Basics. What is going to probably be sex, marriage, adultery, and fornication. Something along those lines. Probably that. Maybe not in that order, but something along those lines, right? And yesterday, this came across my feed. So I screenshotted it. I went to the comments to see what they were saying. Went to the comments and just screenshotted just two comments, out of the thing. So the original post, and I took out their names, just the people, just crossed them out. So the original thing that was said is at the top that you see. It says, crazy how people skip over sins like premarital sex and having kids out of wedlock, but seems to only acknowledge homosexuality. And then it was a damn nigga woman, of course. And then this man says that's the only lesson y'all remember from Sunday school, but whatever. But that's not why I screenshot it because this one right here, the second one, right? It says, meanwhile, the word homosexual wasn't in the Bible till 1946. Buddy, I don't know what to tell you. Let's just stop real quick. Get something real quick. Show him something. I don't know what he's talking about. Let's type that. It's not in there at all. It's actually not in there at all. That word is not in the scriptures, right? It's not in there. So wrong statement till 1946, buddy. It wasn't in there at all. It's not in there. It says the original mistranslated Greek word was erino koitai. It says, which basically means pedo, right? Don't know if that's true or not. Don't know what he's talking about with that one. I had to fact check him on that one. But the point that I want right here is the bottom half of the statement. He said the Bible only speaks about gays as it relates to rape or being a pedo, which is wrong. It says nothing about love between two consensual grown men, which is wrong. And I don't know if I ever clicked on to read the comment because you got 64 comments underneath that statement. So I don't know. 5.2K likes. So obviously a whole bunch of people is agreeing with him, which that is wrong. A wrong statement. Just like Trump. Wrong. And we're going to get that. And then I clicked, of course, when he said, when I read this statement, that intrigued me to click on his profile. And of course, he's an openly, an open femboy, open homosexual, a big one on top of that. A big one. And with the beard, and the fucking grown man with the beard and makeup and shit on. Doing too much, man. So that was wrong. And then I think this was one of the comments actually. No, actually no, it wasn't because it says only 11 and this one has 64. So no, this was under something else. This one says Ken. He says sex outside of a husband and wife makes you a fornicator or adulterer. Wrong. Depending on, well, if you're talking about no, well he was technically right on one half. If it was a husband, if it's a wife and you have a husband and you're sleeping outside your husband, then that makes you that. But if you're a husband, if you're a man and you have a wife and you do that and the woman's single, you're neither of those. But if the woman has a partner, then that's when the conversation comes in, right? Because we know a man can have more than one woman, but a woman can't have more than one man, right? as long as that her husband is alive. So I'm gonna go into this. It's gonna be back to the basics, and we're gonna go over the stuff that was being said, right? And hopefully, you get edification out of it. And for the new believers, hopefully, if you come across the video, this gives you the answers, because the Christian church, is straight madness, right? It's straight madness, and there's no truth coming out of the church, man. You know, the church has been teaching and learning the same exact scriptures, reciting the same exact things over and over and over again, man. The scriptures, the church doesn't go into the history. The church doesn't go into prophecy. The church doesn't go into any of that. You read the same scriptures over and over again, have the same sermons over and over again, talk about the same thing, and no understanding comes out, man. The preacher will go to 3-4 scriptures the whole entire time and just talk about anything the whole entire time, man. No edification comes out. Y'all have no clue about what the mark of the beast is. Y'all have no clue about World War III, all the prophecies, all the deep mysteries. Y'all don't know anything about those things that's coming in the scriptures. Right? Y'all don't. And that's when you ask these people what is sin, these people don't understand what sin is. Y'all have been in the church for this many years and y'all still don't know what sin is? According to the scriptures, man. Come on, man. And then y'all still think you think you can have sex before marriage, what sex is marriage. Y'all don't understand that. But we're going to get into that, man. So that's why I said it's going to be back to the basic, man. Because all this stuff is basic understanding. But you Christians don't have that. You got this damn nigga talking about the Bible only speaks about, where's the scriptures there for this? The Bible only speaks about gays as it relates to rape or being a pedo. Talking about nothing about love between two consensual grown men. Yeah. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let me turn down the brightness a little bit more. So the first scripture I want to get to is this, right? We're going to start at 1. It says, Yahushua teaching on divorce, right? Let's start off. Let's start off with it. This is Mark 10:1. And it reads, it says, and he arose from thence and cometh into the coast of Judea by the farther side of Jordan. It says, and the people resort unto him again, and as he was wont, he taught them again. And the Pharisees came to him and asked him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife, tempting him? He answered and said unto them, what did Moses command you? And they said, Moses suffered to write a bill of divorcement and to put her away. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, for the hardness of your heart he wrote you this precept. But from the beginning of the creation, the Most High made them male and female. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. So then they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore the Most High hath joined together, let no man put asunder. And in the house of his disciples asked him again of the same matter, and he said unto them, whosoever shall put away his wife and marry another committeth adultery against her. And if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another man, she committeth adultery. Right? Now, from the beginning, right, it was a point in time. All right, Slocky. I turned down the brightness pretty much all the way and couldn't really tell that the screen was about to go off. So I got to turn up just a little bit so I know to tap it. Never mind. Okay, that might help. It's lucky on the orange tint, but I got to turn it on. It's straining my eyes right now. The iPad is having the big screen. I'm not trying to have it super bright in my eyes right now. I'm starting to get a headache a little bit, so I'm turning it down. Okay, so what I was saying for the cutoff. But you go in the video, in the post production, it's gonna be all one. It's just gonna be like a quick second jump. So from the beginning, we were not supposed to be putting away our women, right? Because just like how Yahushua explained later, he said, in 11 and 12, he said unto them, whosoever shall put away his wife and marry another commit adultery against her. Why is that, right? How are you committing adultery against her? If adultery as a man is only comes from you sleeping with your neighbor's wife or another man's woman, right? Because if you put her away and you don't want to deal with her no more, the woman, right? The woman is bound to her husband as long as her husband is alive, right? So as long as your husband is alive, you're not supposed to be sleeping with anybody else. Otherwise, you would be an adulterer, right? And then when according to the law, when you commit adultery, you're supposed to put the woman and the man to death, right? Adultery is a sin unto death, man, right? So that's why it says that, right? And that also proves that point when you read the next verse. It says, and if a woman shall put away her husband and be married to another, she committeth adultery, right? Because you women are supposed to have really one man your whole entire life. And that's going to happen back in the kingdom, man. Because we're going to be perfect. And then we're not going to be died. We're going to be immortal in the kingdom, right? But that's another topic for another day. We're going to stick to the basics right now, right? So when you lay down with a man, that is supposed to be your husband forever, right? Unless that man dies, then you can go marry another, right? But as long as he's alive, you're not supposed to, you're not supposed to be sleeping with other people because it would be adultery. Now, what we say, starting from the elders, the elder apostles, elders, bishops on down, when you obviously women, we all come from the world, man, right? We all come from the world. We all used to do worldly things, and then obviously as a woman, more than likely, if you find out about the truth, you're not a virgin. Is there some instances where a woman will be? Probably very rare, but yes, right? So a woman that finds out the truth. So you find out you're an Israelite, right? You find out you're an Israelite. You start keeping the laws. You start keeping the laws. You start doing things that you're supposed to do, right? Now, after you repent and you do all these things, the next person you sleep with is supposed to be your husband. That's why we tell you women, right? We tell you women to be very mindful on who you sleep with, right? Because now that you know the truth, right? Now that you know the truth, you're supposed to be with one man, and you fucking get horny one day, and you want to go to the club and do all the other stuff, and then you want to try to have a one night stand with this dude that you seen at the club because he smelled all nice, and he don't want nothing to do with you no more. That's your husband, man. You put yourself in that predicament. Now you got to deal with it, man. Now, if you want to go try to be with somebody else, you got to take that up between you and the Most High, man. You will be committing adultery unless that man dies, right? And the same thing, right? And that goes for anything. There's no there, and I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. There is no loopholes. You women, there is no loopholes. Zero. I don't care if he's hitting you. He shouldn't be doing it anyway, but he hitting you. Y'all have to split up for a little bit. He gets another woman pregnant. He wants to invite another woman, or whatever the case may be. All that stuff needs to be talked about amongst yourselves. That's why we say you find a man of the truth, an actual man of the Lord, man. You go hook up. You go hook up with these damn niggas of the world, and then it don't work out. You're stuck with that man unless he dies. But that's your fault because we're giving you the information. We're telling you what to do now. But if you don't take heed and you don't do what you want to do, hey man, that's between you and the Most High. That's between you and Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. But we tell you, the next person that you sleep with is your husband. So don't go fucking go hook up, go get all fucking tingly between the legs, and you want to fucking go hop on whoever you see, because that's gonna be your husband, right? And what makes people husbands? That's why it says they should be no more twain, but one flesh. What makes, going into the next topic just a tad bit, because I still want to touch on this part, right? What makes a people together is sex. And that's what Christians don't understand. You can't have sex before marriage if sex is marriage. When you lay down, when he put it in you, when he puts it in you, y'all do the 1-2 stinky poo. When you do that, that is marriage. When we're talking about the biblical laws, because that's the ways that we're fashioning our way, are fashioning our ways after, right? Even though we're in captivity and we got to follow Esau rules and his laws and other stuff in case me, we're in the truth. So we're still following the laws to the best of our ability, and that is one of them. For you women, you can't be going around sleeping with a whole bunch of dudes, man. Right? Sex is marriage. You become one. When you do the 1-2, you come together. Look, you are one. You are one flesh now. Does that mean that you're a man and he's a girl? No, you damn Christians. No, man, you guys are one. You guys came together. That is one of the most sacred things that you can do with somebody. That's why you women are only supposed to have one, because it comes with a lot of it's a lot of energy exchange, spiritual, and all types of things, man. It's more than just putting in, thrusting her, and whatever the case may be, right? And you women's bodies aren't made, to be having a whole bunch of damn, gonna get graphic for a quick second, different fluids, inside you, man, because it messes you up, man. It messes you up. Your bodies is not made the same way a man is. There's no argument. There's no debate. Right? So, you women, take heed to the next person. If you don't have a husband already, you pray on, you ask the Lord, you ask the Lord, can you send me a husband, whatever the case may be. Get you a man in the Lord. Get you a man in the damn Lord, man. Oh, not Slakia, not damn Lord. Slakia, y'all, Bashim Yasha. Not that. Get you a man of the Lord, man. Don't you, if you get all tingly and all that stuff, hey, deal with that, man. Because we're telling you now, we're giving you the warning. We're giving you the warning that you sleep with one person, right? And you know the truth, that is your husband, right? You cannot go be with nobody else. Okay? Now, why it says the man that puts away his wife, right, cause her committed adultery, that's because now as a man, you're gonna cause her to go off. Because obviously she get all tingly and she gonna want something, and then you don't want to deal with her no more. You're gonna cause her to go sleep with somebody else. You see? And while you're still alive, you're causing her to commit adultery. Right? So hope that part is clear, right? So now let's go to the law in Romans. Is that Romans 7? Let's go to Romans 7 real quick. Right? To further back this up, and then let's get into after this, I'm gonna get into the whole sex is marriage part, right? So now everything can start to make sense and come together. All right. It says believers united to Hamashiach, right? To the anointed. Romans 7:1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth. For the woman which hath an husband is bound, listen, bound by the law to her husband, so as long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband. So then, if, while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, you see, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she is free from that law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man. You see? Very, very clear, very important, very clear. Really don't need to break now. I already broke all that stuff down, prior. You see? So that's just furthering the point. That's what adultery is. Adultery, right, which you Christians don't understand, adultery is a woman have her husband and she sleeps with another dude while her husband is alive, right? Or a man, or a man that sleeps with a woman that has a husband. That's adultery. Not if a man has a wife and then he goes sleeps with another woman that's not promised to anybody or has a man, and he gets another woman, that's not adultery. Neither is that fornication. All right, we're going to go into that too. Right? Um, okay, cool. That's that. So now let's go. Um, let's get Leviticus real quick to help further that point, and then we're going to get into the marriage part. Right? So hopefully this is all making sense. So I kind of want to take this slow. I want to take this slow, and don't be all making the jokes. I like to make jokes sometimes. I'll make a joke here and there, right? But I want to make this as edifying as possible. So I'm gonna take everything slow and explain. Hopefully, I'm explaining everything correctly, right? Correctly. Hopefully, I'm explaining everything correctly, and also it's making sense, right? So far, I just want to recap. Right? A woman, as a woman, you come into the truth, you repent, and let's say you didn't have no man before you knew the truth. I mean, you didn't have no man before you came into the truth. So you're single, right? You're a single woman in the truth. You know you're an Israelite. You repent. You keep the laws to best ability, whatever the case, right? The next person you sleep with is your husband, right? No matter the circumstance, you're not allowed to go sleep with somebody else. Otherwise, you would be an adulterer as long as he's alive, right? Very simple. And then I'm getting ready to go into the point where sex is marriage, but I want to touch on adultery. I just want to get the whole adultery thing out the way, and then we're going to get into the sex is marriage thing, right? Okay, so now this is Leviticus 20 and 10, right? It says, and the man that committeth adultery, see, now listen, with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. You see? And the man that lieth with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. Why is that? That is also because what? That is also adultery. You sleeping with any man. You sleeping with any man's woman. It is adultery. Doesn't matter if it's a damn heathen or an Israelite. You are not to be, you shouldn't even really be talking. Because that's how that stuff happens. You can't have friends? People do that shit. And damn Jake, you can't have friends? And then you know damn well what you trying to do. At no circumstances, you sleeping with another man's woman is adultery. Heathen or not. So that's what adultery is. So hopefully we have understanding now what adultery is, okay? So that's what adultery is. It's not a man having more than one woman, right? And fornication. We're going to go into that too, but let's get the sex is marriage. We'll do the fornication thing last. Let's get the sex is marriage thing, right? Hold on. There is something I want in the blue letter here. Okay, no, we'll get into that in a second. Okay. Where are we at? Genesis, one of the ones. Okay, 16, right? Now this is Sarai and Hagar. This is dealing with Sarai and Abram, which their names got changed to, I believe it's the next chapter, Genesis 17, Sarah and Abraham. Now Sarai, now we're talking about now, so we touched on adultery. Now we're going to now sex is marriage, right? Now we're on that. That's where we're at right now. Genesis 16 and 1. It says, now Sarai, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarai said unto Abram, behold, now the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. And Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. Now, I'm going to loosely touch on this, and I'm going to go into it that much, because it's kind of it's in the same topic. It's in the same topic, but I'm just gonna loosely touch on it because could be a conversation or another video for another time. Right now, the Israelites, sex is marriage, no matter who sleeps with who. Right, so it doesn't matter if the Israelite man sleeps with a heathen. It doesn't matter. Now, since sex is marriage, Hagar becomes Abraham's wife. Now, the heathens, right? The heathens, when the Israelites have them to be their wives, they're not on the same level as an Israelite woman. Slakia. It happened again. You gotta remember, just keep tapping the screen. So, I think the last thing I said was, okay. So, the other nations, when the Israelite man gets to other nations, they're a concubine. They're still a wife, but they're of lesser status. Right? They're of lesser status. But they're still a wife, so that means no man can just be like, oh, I want to sleep with her. No. It's still going off. Hagar was Abraham's wife, but she wasn't on the same level as Sarah. Right? So that goes to show that one of the things right there, that sex is marriage, right? And then when we get in the NLT, because when it says going unto her, that means that the man put his thing inside her thing, man. That's what that's talking about, right? And to further that point, we're gonna see right here. We get it in the NLT. So the Genesis 16:2, it says, so Sarai said to Abram, the Lord hath prevented me from having children. Go and sleep with my servant. Perhaps I can have children through her. And Abram agreed with Sarai's proposal. So Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, the Egyptian servant, and gave her to Abram as a wife. Right? Abraham went to go do what he had to do, and Hagar became his wife too. But she was on a lesser status than Sarah. Right? So that's one example. Right? That's one example. Now let's get this. Genesis, it says Isaac marries Rebekah, right? So let's get this. This is Genesis 24:62. And it says, and Isaac came from the way of the well of Lahairoi. It says, for he dealt in the south country. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide, and he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel, for she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. And Isaac brought her into his mother's Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Right. So now let's get this in NLT. Let's see what it says in NLT. I'm just gonna read the last verse. Genesis 24:67 in the NLT. It says, and Isaac brought Rebekah into his mother Sarah's tent, and she became his wife. See, he loved her deeply, and she was a special comfort to him after the death of his mother. Now, was Esau sitting in the tent, and everybody, he had best man. There was a ring lady, and Esau was there with the papers, with the damn preacher, the preacher with the Bible in his hand. I pronounce you. Was that there? Was that going on? No. They did the 1-2, man. So when you lay down with somebody, When you have sex, that is marriage, according to the scriptures, not according to Esau's law. According to Esau's law, you got to get down on one knee. You got to get it. You got to give her a ring. Then you got to put it on the fingers. You got to put it on her finger. She got to say yes. Then you got to go to the ceremony. Then you got to go to the courthouse to get paperwork and do it. No, 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 no. Because the thing is too. This how you people know see you people of the world, you Christians, y'all other people, you people, you unknowingly know that sex is marriage because it's a thing called consummating the marriage. What consummates the marriage? When you have sex. When people are like, oh, did you consummate the marriage? And what does that mean? When you consummate, that means you're making it official, like you're officially together. You consummate the marriage. That means what you had sex. That goes to show you that you people know that sex is marriage, but you guys just don't know because the damn Esau laws is all in your mind. Esau laws is all through your brain, right? And even in other cultures, it's the same exact thing, man. Right, especially in the out there in like India and like Pakistan over there on that side of the world, they know sex is marriage, man. Right? Even in the Muslim religion, culture, whatever you want to call it, right? They do the marriages thing too, but they know that, look, once you lay down with this person, what makes the marriage official, right? Is y'all sleeping together. So that's just further up the point, right? Now, let's see here. There was something as well that I wanted. Cool. There's one more scripture that I wanted, I believe. I looked up this. Do I still have it? Oh, that's fornication. Oh, wait, no, here it is up here. I might get this too. The law of the thing. There might be one more. Let's get this one. I think this is the one that I wanted. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. So when Jacob meets Rachel. Bear with me. We'll get straight to the point. So this is Genesis 29 and 21. It says, and Jacob said unto Laban, it says, give me my wife, for the days are fulfilled that I may go in unto her. And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah his daughter and brought her to him, and he went in unto her. And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah his maid for an handmaid. Do you see? But he said, but you see, give me my wife, for my days are filled that I may go in unto her. You see? That goes to show you. I want to see if there's something else on this. Give me 1 second. Okay. So that's it on that. Now let's go back one, and now let's go to this law. Deuteronomy 21, right? This is about domestic relations, right? And then now we're going to go into The next thing. It says domestic relations. Deuteronomy 21:10. It says, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy power hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. So you see a beautiful woman, you want her. Oh, she look good. Oh, look at her shape. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, she got nice hair. Oh, look at them eyes. Look at them legs. Whatever the case, you know. It says, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, right? And she shall remain in thy house, and bewail her father and mother for a month, because this is going into like Israelites going into war, right? So more than likely her parents just got killed, brothers, dad, whatever the case. So she gets to mourn a full month, right? And then what happens? It says, and after that thou shalt go in unto her and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. See, let's see what I don't think I never read this in NLT. Let's see what it says in NLT. This one says, then you marry her and you will be her husband, and she shall be your wife, which what is marriage? We already know with sex. Let's see if I get, I want to see a different version. You may go into her. Same thing. ESV. Okay, so same thing. Okay, so that's going into we're seeing that sex is marriage, right? So we got into that part. Now to deal with fornication, because fornication is not whatever these people was talking about. Fornication, when you go into it, it's illicit sexual acts, intercourse, whether that be adultery, right? Adultery can be one, orgies, homosexuality, lesbianism. That is what that is, right? Or their spiritual fornication. So now I want to go. Let's get this real quick. I actually want to read. I want to get this. I'm gonna read it here, but then I'm gonna go because I don't think you could. Can you go here? Yeah, you can't go into the app. The app version, you can't go into the whatchamacallit. So this is instructions on marriage, right? It's 1 Corinthians 7. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. I'm going to read this in NLT, that verse. Because what that means is, what I'm going to read it. Right? This is 1 Corinthians 7:3 in the NLT. It says, the husband shall fulfill his wife's sexual needs. That's what that's talking about. And the wife should fulfill her husband's needs. The wife gives authority. The wife gives authority over her body to her husband, and the husband gives authority over his body to his wife. Right? Do not deprive each other of sexual relations unless you both agree to refrain from sexual intimacy for a limited time, so you can give yourselves more completely to prayer. Afterward, you should come together again, so that Satan won't be able to tempt you because of your lack of control. I say this as a concession, not as a command, right? So what you do is, what you're not supposed to do is, as a man or as a woman, you're not, like in scripture say, you're not supposed to deprive your person from, sex. You're not supposed to do that. That's wicked. Trying to withhold it, and then women do that a lot. I ain't gonna get you nothing. No, you ain't getting nothing. You ain't doing this. A lot of women do that, man. You're not supposed to do that, right? And as a man, if your woman wants you, she gained a couple pounds, or whatever the case may be, I ain't hitting that. You should have gained pounds, brother. You did it. No, man, you're not supposed to do that, right? When you want some, when you have your desires, you want to be, satisfied. Your woman's supposed to do that, right? And the same thing and vice versa. When your woman wants some, you're supposed to handle that, man. Right now, of course, take that. Now take that with a grain of salt, because James see every single time. You see now, you see when you start taking it, when you take that and you want to try to be extreme, that's when you start going off, right? Obviously, you're not supposed to be doing that stuff on the Sabbath or stuff like that. That's why I say take that with a grain of salt. Jake was see that, flip that, and see every single day, all day, that's the only thing we do, brother. Yeah, well, we know, we know. Now let's keep going. I'm gonna skip down a little bit because I want to get into this part real quick. So this is 1 Corinthians 7, and we're gonna start at 8. It says, I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn, right? And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband. This is the commandment. You see, the people have a problem with the Apostle Paul's teaching, and the Apostle Paul always makes a distinction when he is talking about like him just speaking, or when it's talking about commandments of the Lord. See, when he was talking, like he said, I wish they abide as me. That's not a commandment, because the Apostle Paul, he didn't deal with women, right? That's why he's saying, I wish that people were like me. Just focus on the ministry, focus on the Lord, right? Focus on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, focus on the word. Right? That wasn't a commandment. He made a clear distinction. He said, but I speak this by permission and not of commandment. Right? But then he went into that. But then he says this right here. He said, this is verse 10. He says, and unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. This is actual commandment. Let not the wife depart from her husband, which we already talked on that. Why? As a woman, if you have if you have a husband and your husband is not dead, depart as in you're not supposed to be, dealing with another man, because that would be adultery. You see, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. And we already know why the husband is not supposed to put away the wife, because you're going to cause her to commit adultery, right? Because you put her away, and now you don't want to have sex with her no more, do whatever the case may be. You over here depriving her from her. Now she burning and getting all tingly between the legs, and now she looking for something else. So you can cause her to commit adultery, right? And the only case that a man is really supposed to put away the woman, right, when you go into the scriptures was for fornication, right? And then if she goes to do that, you're really not even supposed to take her back, right? Because now she all defiled. Okay, and let not the husband put away his wife, right? But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, right? So now this is going into like unbelievers. So now let's say you a man, you a man, you're the truth, you believe the scriptures, but your woman is not, right? But to the if any brother, this is verse 12, if any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away, right? So if you have a woman that's not a believer, as long as she's not hindering you, as long as she's not being a damn demon, she's cool, man. And the woman hath an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. But if the unbelieving depart, now this is important, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or sister is not under bondage in such cases, but the Most High hath caused us to peace. Right? So now, what is that saying? If you had, and let's say you are a man, right? You're the man, and let's say the woman wants to leave and she's not a believer. You can't be like, look, no, we married. You can't leave me. You gonna get him adultery. You gonna steal somebody else. No, man. Let that damn woman of the world, let her go. Let her go. Let her, she's not under bondage. She's not a believer. You can't bound her by the things of a believer. So if you're dealing with an unbeliever and it's time for her to go, she wanna go hop on some damn new, you already know the cock carousel, she wants to go hop on somebody else, go let her, man. Right? It's nothing. It's easy for the Lord to bring you a new woman, man. It's easy. Right? So let her go. She's not under the case. Now, vice versa. Now, roles flipped. Now, let's flip the roles for 1 second. That's why I started at the beginning. That's why I stated what I was saying at the beginning, right? You women, if you sleep with a nigga of the world and you repented, you understand you an Israelite, and you want to go be with a nigga that's of the world, you cannot go be with nobody else, even if he's an unbeliever. You can't go be with nobody else. That's why we say, and please, please, please listen. Take heed. I beseech you. I beseech you. Like the Apostle Paul says. Beseech means to beg, man. Listen. You repent. You know you're an Israelite. Right? You a daughter of Zion. You a daughter of Zion now. Choose wisely. Wait for the Lord to send you somebody. Don't go letting the tingling between your damn legs go get yourself in some trouble, man. You can hold off. You can wait, man. Pray on it. Ask the Lord, and the right man will come in your path some way, somehow. Okay, so now we understood that. That's teaching on marriage. We went over the sex thing. You're not supposed to be depriving each other, so on and so forth. Now let's keep going. Now let's get fornication, right? Because there's different types of fornication. Hey, let's get this real quick, because I did mention this. Let's read this real quick. It's Matthew 5:31. It says, "It hath been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, committeth adultery." You see? So that's that. But now, while we're here, let's get fornication, because this is the fornication that you people are talking about, or you people don't know what you're talking about. Now, fornication is porneia, right? And it means, see what I said earlier, illicit sexual intercourse, which involves what? Adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, sexual intercourse with close relatives, sexual intercourse with a divorced, that divorced man part is going off, or woman, right? A woman that husband is still alive, that she will be divorced according to you giving her the bill of divorcement, whatever the case may be. She's still married. She's still under the law. See, now then there's also spiritual fornication, which is what you worship idols, what you damn Christians do. You're in the church calling them Jesus and doing all this stuff. That's fornication, right? That's fornication. And let's get another example. All right, let's go back now. So now we've seen that it's porneia, right? Just one specific that I wanted. Hold on. Oh, where is it at? I think it's 1 Corinthians right here. It's coming. I'm coming up to it. Here it is. 1 Corinthians 6:18. It says, "Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body." Why? Let's go to the word again. Fornication is porneia.
Strong's G 4202. Parnaya.
You see, and that's why I said sinneth against your own body, because what? You're doing things that you're defiling yourself, things that you're not supposed to, whether it be what? You're doing it with another dude, or as a woman, you're doing it with another woman. You're doing it with animals. You're doing it with close relatives, your damn brother, your sister. You're doing things like that. That is what fornication is. Fornication is not you having sex. Sex is not fornication. Right? That's what fornication is. Or when you talk about the spiritual fornication, which is when you go into the idol worship and all things like that, right? There's one more. There's something else that I wanted to. It's fornication, and we touched on it. So that's fornication. Fornication was quick. So like I wanted to say something else. That's pretty much it. I feel like I'm missing something though. I don't know why I feel like I'm missing something. What I said, what I say? Back to the basics: sex, marriage. We went on to sex. We talked about the marriage, adultery, fornication. Yeah, that's everything. I really feel like I'm missing something though. Oh yeah, I am. I am. Okay, so this dude. Actually, no, that is. Okay, so that dude, that damn fucking big homosexual dude that was trying to defend being talking about gay was only not two consensual people. Womankind. I think that's Leviticus 7:18. I was gonna say 17. I was one off. 18. Now, let's get something. Let's show you something, man. Is it 17? Hold on. This is one of them. Thou shalt not lie. Leviticus 18:22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. That's one of them. But hold on, let me get the other one. I don't know why I keep putting Keith. I type in K. Here it is. There we go. It's Leviticus 20. Okay, here we go. Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lieth with mankind as he lieth with a woman, what does that mean? You're in the bed doing the 1-2. Both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And what is this? This is a thing of fornication. Do you see that? So you're talking about it's only talk about rape, you only talk about rape or pedo. No. This is two grown men consulting. So what are we talking about? So he was wrong on that statement. Look at that. What does this say? If a man also lie with mankind, actually, let's put this in NLT. Hold on. Yep, look at that. Ooh. In the NLT, Leviticus 20:13, if a man practices homosexuality, having sex with another man as with a woman, both men have committed a detestable act. They must both be put to death, for they are guilty of a capital offense. Ooh. So what are we talking about? What is that big fucking fucking, yeah, I ain't gonna say it. So what is he talking about? He literally specifically said that was only talking about. He said that, look, what did he say? He said, meanwhile, whatever. I'm gonna read the first part. The Bible only speaks about gays as it relates to rape or being a pedo. Nothing about love between two consensual grown men. Wrong. Wrong. Because what does this just say? What does that just say? And it also says what? Let's get this last one. I'm gonna close out here. Nor effeminate. I know effeminate's in there, so let's get effeminate then. Am I not spelling it right? Oh wait, that's why it's NLT. Hold on. Here we go. 1 Corinthians 6 and all. Still in 1 Corinthians 6. Right, okay. This First Corinthians 6 and 9, it says, Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, neither nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the king of the Most High. Now, let's get the NLT. Let's see what it says for the NLT. Don't you realize that those who do wrong will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Don't fool yourself. Those who indulge in sexual sin, or who worship idols, or commit adultery, or are male prostitutes, or practice homosexuality. Ooh. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? So he's wrong. You just wanted to bring up a false statement. You just wanted to bring up a false statement to try so you can keep being a damn flying open homosexual. And like I said, I clicked on that man's profile. He's that man's fruity, man. He got sugar in his tank, and a lot of it, You can tell by the way he poses, the way he damn got makeup on. They got fucking makeup on in the damn beard. You see? So that's that, man. Like, I knew something. I was like, I feel like I'm missing something. And the spirit hit me like, oh yeah, that last thing. So that point, everything has been disproven that they were saying is all wrong. You can't have no damn. And she talking about having children out of wedlock and all the other stuff. This stuff is touched on, right? So this is back to the basics: sex, marriage, fornication, adultery. That's that, man. So I hope the lesson was edifying. If any new believers come across it, hope the lesson was edifying. Hope you understand now what these things actually mean, right? And that's that, man. So I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Right? Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops, a great millstone. Shalom to you brothers that's pushing his truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Right? Shalom to hopeful elect, you brothers, and you few sisters that watch. Right? I'll catch you guys in another lesson, Lord willing. Shalom.